watch the white car.
I was in shock, of course. I mean, who wouldn't be? You wonder what's going to happen, but also at the same time, too, I'm very used to shooting news, from still photography to video. And I thought that there was potential that the driver of the car actually most likely got killed on it, since the roof got ripped off.
The cameraman says he kept shooting only after being assured that emergency crews had been called out. He's very concerned because there's a little 5-year-old girl involved.
Miraculously, the little girl walked away from the accident. She had a seatbelt on. And the woman had some minor cuts and bruises. I think she went to the hospital, and then that day was later released.
When you take another look at the accident, you realize how incredible it is that no one was seriously hurt. Just as surprising, Mike Rockmaker went out afterwards and finished shooting his Mechanic's Minute. But it wasn't easy.
I just really got distracted from the accident mentally throughout the day. You know, actually seeing an accident happen like that gives you an appreciation of life.
Boy, that is amazing. Now, the woman in the pickup truck suffered only a bruised shoulder. Now, all the other cars were empty. Well, later, more Twisted Metal. We'll show you exclusive video of these cars getting the ultimate punishment. But right now, when you live in Alaska, you expect severe weather and extreme conditions, but even RealTV viewers there were surprised by the amazing strength of one storm. Here's home video of how it all goes downhill for one man. It's been raining for days in Juneau, Alaska. Cameras chase the storm. With a bulldozer and a shovel, Jim Carroll tries desperately to save his home.
Number one, Kevin! Kenny, get out of here! Get out of the way. Mark!
No one can stop the wall of mud.
Look out, here comes more.
Jim is left with a dirty mess. The river of mud misses his house by inches. What started as a trickle turned into a raging torrent.
Kenny, get out of here! Get out of the way.
Jim's friend Kenny also barely escaped the mudslide.
It's incredible. I can't hardly believe it. I've never seen anything like it.
They face a big cleanup, but it's a small price to pay for such a close call with disaster. Wow. Now, this storm turned out to be the second wettest since they kept records in Alaska. Well, when a hurricane hits the Florida Keys, one brave family stays behind to hold down the fort. Howling winds and sheets of rain are all caught on tape. And then the courageous cameraman ventures outside. A video camera puts you in the Florida Keys and a hurricane is on the way. You can hear the wind picking up. Megan Heaney Greer, U.S. Olympic freedive champion, her father, her mother, and her boyfriend Mark decide to ride out the storm. And when Hurricane George starts to hit, it's clear that this storm is going to pack a powerful punch.
Wow, look at that. Oh, the tree just came down. That's what that noise was.
As the wind picks up and the rain starts, Megan decides they better head for shelter.
Probably go in before a power line falls on us. And that thing might fall right down on us.
Megan runs to the house, but Mark is a professional video cameraman. He decides to stay outside and record the hurricane for posterity. The storm is growing. As Mark keeps rolling, Megan provides some narration.
We're out here on Summerlin Key in the Florida Keys, and the wind's blowing about 80 knots. We're in the middle of Hurricane George. We heard just up the street a little bit. It's almost 100 miles per hour.
As Megan continues her narration, the wind nearly blows her off the balcony.
So our phones are out too. There's nobody to call anyway. Everybody's experiencing the same thing we are. Ah!
The neighbor's roof is going up. Watch the shingles
As the storm's fury mounts, Mark realizes this is an entirely new experience for him.
I just couldn't believe it. I mean, the wind was intense, like nothing I've ever seen before, and the trucks were submerged and docks were floating by the house. I seen a roof come off and a few different things like that. It was intense.
For Mark, the next step is a natural. You see, he specializes in underwater video, so he actually wades out into the boat basin and keeps shooting using a special underwater camera. Imagine it. To get this spectacular footage, Mark is fighting a 6-foot storm surge, winds gusting up to 130 miles an hour, and all kinds of flying debris. How did it feel out there?
I was getting thrown around a little bit, but I felt pretty safe for some reason. I just felt safe in the water, and everything worked out all right. I said a prayer before I went in there, and it was like, felt protected.
The storm rages for over 5 hours. When it finally passes, the full extent of the devastation can be seen. The area is the hardest hit by the hurricane, and property damage is extensive. Now the long process of cleaning up begins. Now, Mark and Megan took this tape and sold it as a home video. They took the profits from the sales and donated more than $4,000 to the Red Cross. Good for them. Now, if you have great home video, we'd love to see it. Give us a call on our toll-free number. It's 1-888-REAL-TV1. Well, now, here's what's coming up next.
Coming up, all these men and women think they're the toughest.
Only one man will remain standing tomorrow night.
So who's it gonna be?
We don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Later. These cars are doomed to crash, and cameras record the destruction. And anybody got a light? Plus, the eyes have it. It's the only show you can count on for the best tapes. You're watching Real TV.
Welcome back. It's the event with this question: who's the toughest? They come from all over and from all walks of life to enter the Tough Man competition. RealTV got special access to this brutal competition, so Arsabila Vargas put cameras everywhere.
They come from every walk of life, from the small towns and cities across America. Men and women with something to prove. And with one question to settle once and for all: who is the toughest in town?
Deep right hand by saving the another right hand by Holt.
It's called the Tough Man competition, an annual event staged in 85 cities across the nation. Boxing at its most basic. 3 one-minute rounds with $1,000 and a year's worth of bragging rights to the last one standing. At RealTV, we wanted a closer look at the toughest men and women in America. So we decided to make boxing history. We put our RealTV action cams on the referee and the corner man, and that puts you inside the ring. And outside the ring, we met a few unforgettable characters as well, like this tough man veteran, known to the world as Butterbean. A gentle giant in a suit, but in the ring, 400 pounds of relentless fury. Today, he's the super heavyweight champion. But only yesterday, he was another unknown, signing up to fight in the Tough Man.
When they get up there and get the attention and they get out of the ring and they get all the applause and the people go crazy, it's like, believe me, it's adrenaline you cannot imagine.
The fights are real. You're in there trying to kick each other's butt. But up until that time, we want you to put on a show.
Then there's Art Dorr, a former boxer and founder of the Tough Man contest. A man who makes only one demand on all willing Americans: put up your dukes or stay in your seat.
It takes a special kind of person to get in there, though.
Well, let me explain. I always say that if we're ever going to be in a war, I want to be on the team with all these tough men, because I guarantee you we're going to be standing there at the end.
And now, Art Dorr brings his traveling circus of hard knocks here to Lansing, Michigan. A town bursting with tough men and women prepared to make their bones or break them in this ring.
Only one man will remain standing when we're done here tomorrow night. Who's it going to be? We don't know, but we're going to find out.
Meet the Chicken Man.
Had to give him a chicken punch. They say no rabbit punches, but they ain't say nothing about chickens.
The Fireman.
So are you the type to do something crazy?
I go into burning buildings for a living.
Vicious Valerie.
And I don't want him to think that I'm a big, mean bully. I just, I'm the girl next door that's just doing something for fun.
And the Lion King.
I'm not coming to really hurt anybody. Just come win.
A few everyday folks hoping to knock the world on its ear. And it all happens right here, ground zero for the tough men of Lansing, Michigan. Unlike any boxing match you've ever seen, that's because our RealTV action cams are going to put you inside this ring, in their faces, head-to-head and toe-to-toe with the toughest men in town. The corner man's ready, and so is the ref. So strap on your gear and get in the ring, because it's time to find out who's the toughest in town.
That's right, Sabila. In fact, more than 30 fighters will step into the ring and try for the title. The action begins tomorrow and continues all week until we crown the toughest man and woman in town. We'll be right back.
Still ahead, twisted metal, shattered glass, and the dummies who come back for more. And you think you've got bags under your eyes. This guy's got buckets. Plus, the day the movie superstar jumped out of an airplane. Don't go away.
How would you like this? Your job is to smash up cars. All that twisted metal, all that damage, but you'd be saving lives. Take a look. It's a leading cause of death in every civilized country in the world.
Oh boy, here we go. Boom! Oh no! Oh no!
But now our friends across the pond are successfully using video cameras to slow down the slaughter dramatically. This is Great Britain, home to some of the world's safest roads. That may be because here at the Transport Research Lab, they regularly destroy cars on camera to save lives on the road.
The Americans have got something to learn from us. Our injury accident rate is typically half that of the United States, and indeed it's even less when compared to some of our European neighbours.
That's what Kevin Delaney of England's Royal Automobile Club said. You are about 50% less likely to be injured driving in his country than in the U.S. Delaney says that's because if you want to sell a new car in Great Britain, it must pass tests like these, where pretend passengers must survive low-speed collisions from both the front and the side. So when it comes to car makers here, the video speaks volumes.
If we discover faults in cars and we tell them, they tend to be rectified very quickly. If a fault is potentially dangerous, then manufacturers recall those cars almost overnight and fix them regardless of cost.
Of course, it also helps that English drivers must take their cars in for a safety check every 3 years. But statistics don't lie, and neither does video.
Don't miss RealTV tomorrow or you won't see the exclusive footage of the base jumpers brush with death and the getaway car that blows up, plus the tape that'll make you think twice before getting on a motorcycle. So be here for RealTV tomorrow.
Well, we've shown plenty of weightlifters here on RealTV, but none like this one. As we like to say, whatever you do, don't blink.
I want to try and reach this limit.
Wonder what exercises he does. Well, having a big mouth is nothing to be proud of either, unless you're the man on this next tape.
My name is Sergei Isilov. I saw this on the TV show Slabo, and I can beat that.
Slabo means beat that, and Sergei is out to prove he's got the biggest mouth in Russia. He hopes this home video will get him into the show. He practically swallows this glass along with the soda. This trick is called putting a square pack in a round hole. Sergei finishes his audition by stuffing 80 cigarettes into his mouth. We don't know if he made it onto Slabo, but we're happy to have him on RealTV. We'll now take a close look at this tape. It's today's RealTV quiz.
This is it, man.
Actor Alec Baldwin is about to take his adventurous spirit to new heights. He's skydiving.
Sky surfing, dude.
Watch as he leaps from a plane that is more than 2 miles above sea level. In 1990, Alec starred in a movie that takes place below sea level. Can you name the movie? Stick around, because the answer is coming right up.
Now you can watch RealTV anytime. Go to RealTV1.com.
Who says actors can't be as brave as their characters? Back in 1990, Alec Baldwin played Dr. Jack Ryan in the movie The Hunt for Red October. Thanks for playing the RealTV quiz. Well, that's it for now. Keep those cameras rolling and join us.